What's up, everybody? This is Jed Johnson from dieselcrew.com. They call me Napalm. And today I want to answer or address a question that I've been getting a lot over the last couple of days, especially since putting up the video that I posted yesterday about the Arnold arm lifting competition. Mainly, people want to know what my thoughts are regarding the new development with the IronMind rules regarding chalking the implements. So if you're not familiar, what IronMind has now said is that on lifts such as the Rolling Thunder, Little Bighorn, the hub, the pinch block, and the axle, that the athlete cannot apply chalk directly to the implement anymore. And also the implement has to be cleaned of chalk in between attempts. So the promoter or an assistant must go in there with a towel and wipe the chalk off of the implements. And you can see this in the videos that I posted from the Arnold arm lifting competition. So a lot of people have asked what I think about this. And I've got three main points that I've written down here. Maybe something else will come to mind while I'm doing the video. But these are the three main things that come to mind. So first off, grip and getting a maximum grip is about maintaining and establishing and getting as much friction as possible on the device. So if the device is slippery, then you can't lift as much weight on it as you could if it's well chalked and it has a good grip on it. So I anticipate a lot of numbers that people put up on many of these implements to go down, because if they're smart, then they will do the majority of their training with no chalk on the implement, or at least it seems to me that that would be the best way to do it. Otherwise, once you get to the contest, the implement's going to feel a lot harder than what you prepared on in your training. And if you look at most videos that people put up of things like the hub and the pinch block and the Little Bighorn, it's usually got chalk caked on the device, on the implement. So, I mean, it takes a while. It often takes a long time for that chalk base to adhere to an implement. And once it's there, you don't want to have to take it off. Another thing about it is it does add some time to the competition. Now, it's not a long time, okay? It's only a few seconds. It could potentially add a lot of time if you're in a competition like the Arm Lifting Worlds, where you have 50 to 100 people competing. Then it could add a lot more time. We only had about 15 to 20 people competing on the implements that on the events that we were doing at this competition. So it's only a few seconds per attempt. So that time doesn't really add up to a lot in an event that's smaller like that, okay? But it does add a little bit of time. And it is something that you have to, prepare for and be ready to do at the contest that you didn't have to worry about preparing for as a promoter in past contests, okay? But here's the biggest one. And I brought this up to IronMind when I found out about this. And basically, just so you know, this is how I found out about it. The day before Cupid's Nightmare, on February 16th, I think it was, so it was probably the 15th, I printed out the rules. And in printing out the rules, I noticed that it said no chalk could be applied to the pinch block. I don't remember seeing it on the Little Bighorn rules. Doesn't mean it wasn't there. I just don't remember it. But it did catch my eye. Now, up until this point, I had already trained, and we still have the chalk adhered to the side of the pinch block. In fact, the chalk base that was on it when I bought it from John McCarter is still on that implement, and I'm not going to clean it off. However, basically every pinch block that I've seen anyone use in a competition where a record was set, that pinch block has been covered in chalk. And it makes a big difference, because even though the new chalk blocks have a little bit better texture to them, it's still not that great. Not as good as a nice chalk base that's been worked for weeks or maybe even months to get established. So what I said to IronMind was, oh, and then another thing that happened was Luke my training partner went for a world record on the Little Bighorn, and he got the lift up, and I called it down. I gave him the down call, and we thought it would be a good lift. His lift actually got turned down by the board or whoever reviewed it unanimously. And they also questioned the chalk. So looking into that further, that's when I realized that on the Little Bighorn also you could not apply extra chalk. Like I said, I don't remember seeing that in the rules. Doesn't mean it wasn't there, but I just don't remember. I told IronMind that if they were going, well, I asked them if they were going to change the rules to this degree, were they going to change or, establish a new records list, given that basically it's going to be a completely different lift now. And for anyone to be able to reach, the 100-pound mark on the hub without chalk, man, I just don't see that happening. I'm not going to say it's never going to happen. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I don't see it happening, at least not anytime soon. Same with the pinch block. Chalk base on there makes a huge difference. It really does. Rolling Thunder, in my training, I actually worked up to 242, I believe, left-handed on a chalked Rolling Thunder, a new handle. And then in the competition, I only got 100 kilos and missed 105. So 100 kilos is 220, so 105 would be like 231. And so that shows you it does make it harder on the Rolling Thunder. Now, you are allowed to chalk your hands. You just can't take the chalk in your hand and apply it to the Rolling Thunder. If you can do that, you can actually get a real good chalk base. And if you can get enough there for your thumb to stick to it, it makes a huge difference. Not so much with your fingers, but when your thumb is sticking to it real good, it makes a huge difference. So I just think that if they're going to do this, then they need to create a new records list. I think that'd be the best way to go. Otherwise, I think they're going to turn off some customers, because why would they want to buy the equipment that's already pretty expensive and then train on it to break a record that is going to be almost impossible to break because they're not allowed to chalk their device? So in the end, it's IronMind's equipment. It's their rules. They can do whatever they want to, and you have to abide by them for your lifts to be counted and your attempts at records to be official. But I just think that it's unnecessary. I don't understand why you would limit the use of chalk to that degree, personally. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you think? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Why don't you leave a comment below? And I read all my comments. I generally try to respond to everything that I can. The only time I don't is when I see the comment come through when I'm driving, and I usually do read them, but I don't always respond when I'm driving. But I'd like to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the new rules regarding chalk on the implements? Leave a comment below. Can't wait to see your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it one of these. If you haven't subscribed yet, then be sure to do so. And if you'd like to get other people's thoughts, then go ahead and share this video around. I'd appreciate it. All right, all the best, everybody. Take care. That's what I think about it. And I'd like to see if you agree or disagree. All right? See you later. Take care.